Hey guys, Sean Ziem, the connection machine and the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where I bring on guests that are involved in network, affiliate, multi-level, have those that were creating crypto on the Algorand blockchain because they use the skills that you learn for affiliate marketing inside that. And I've also now been talking to Skool, SKOOL owners and talking about what's working for them, what's not working, challenges, etc., to help those that are thinking about quitting. And if you stick around, I know you're going to gain some massive value. If you're watching us, please, if you're on the website or the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and then comment #live on the live, #replay on the replay. And if you would, if some other part of this conversation, drop a comment where you're watching from. And don't forget, hit that share button. In addition, if you're listening to us on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, give us a review at the end. And the most important thing is go to the description wherever you're finding this video and have a connection call with my guest. Follow them on all their socials that are in the description. Take a look at their website, take a look at their school, but have that connection call because I know you'll resonate with them. You'll feed off their energy and you'll be able to collaborate and build some business together as well. Without further ado, let me bring on my new friend. What's up, Michael? How you doing?
Hey, Sean. I'm doing great, thanks. It's an evening here. I am in another part of the world than you, so I just had dinner with my daughter, and now I am here and connecting with you.
I love that, man. I love hearing that other dads out there because, and I'll talk about that in a moment because that makes me even more fired up because I know dads are a very important person that's in their children's life. But without further ado, I always ask, who are you and why did you get involved with working with Skool?
Yeah, and I will do my best, Sean, to not do this introduction for 30 minutes, but it's a long one. I mean, we are not teenagers, any of us, right?
It's true. So, I'm 49 now, right?
Yeah, I'm 53, so I'm getting up there. And well, I'm Michael. I'm a business owner. I'm a leader. I'm sharing my truth. I would say it like that. And I think what I'll do is I haven't prepared anything at all, so it's going to come like it comes, and it's going to show up like it shows up.
Yes.
And my story is that my first real job as an adult, it was in 1992 in McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And after a couple of months, I was introduced to the training program. And within a year, I was a store manager. And I went with McDonald's for 8 years. And I had, as a young guy, one of the biggest stores in Denmark with 150 people in my team.
Wow.
In 1999, I was headhunted to a talk actually with a guy who was a business owner. He came from Asia to Denmark and he talked about that he wanted to teach the Danes how to drink coffee. So he wanted to build a Danish coffee brand and shops. And there was nothing like that back in 2000. And I said yes to that journey. And I was there with him for 12 years. And I was the co-founder. I was the chief operating manager, or director actually. So we went from zero. And those 12 years, we went to 50 shops and I had 500 people in my team. After that, or in between, I'm very visionary. I was a very driven guy. So I started investing in properties and I ended up having quite a big portfolio here in the capital in Denmark. 2008, financial crisis came. I think you remember that too, Shauna.
Yes.
And I went from being the darling in the bank to being the guy in the bank with the gun at my head. I had some years that was really nasty. It was the strong one for me. It was really nasty. I ended up with a $1.5 million debt. personal debt. And in 2012, with the debt, I also stopped with the coffee shop company. So I had 0 job and I had $1.5 million debt.
Oh man.
You talk about interesting story, but here comes the thing, and this is the to why I'm here. I was so desperate and I was so frustrated. I was so ready to just give it all up. And actually, I had like a couple of weeks with no sleep because I was so stressed. I was just lying around in my bed. One night, tossing around, and I was so sweaty. I remember I lost 10 kilos or something in that period. It was so crazy. I had like a lightning coming through me. And with that came a decision. And that decision was, I'm going to solve this. I have no freaking clue how, but that didn't matter. I wanted to solve it. And it comes to, this connects with one of the things that you shared with me, Sean, because from that decision, very quickly after, I called up a friend, told him the story for the first time. And he said, why don't you start a cleaning company? Cleaning company, I said. Yeah, let's do it. So I went and knocked on the door on one of the other people in the building. I said, do we need cleaning here? And she said, yes. That was my first contract. Synchronicities just kept showing up. So I went to a seminar in London a couple of months after, met my first coach there, business coach. Within 4 years, Sean, and this is true story, within 4 years, I had a business with 60 people in it, and I paid off the $1.5 million debt. And that was hard work. It was discipline, focus, and strategies, mindset work too. And I learned so much from that period. I started doing coaching because I was so inspired by what happened for myself. So I had this, I want to bring this forward to other people. And clients came to me from out of nowhere. So my first client came asking me what I did. This was at another seminar. And I said, I'm a coach. I had a business that was doing cleaning, but I said, I'm a coach. And he said, you know what? Your energy, I want to talk to you in the break, Michael. We sat down, had a coffee. He shared his life story. And he said, do you think you can help me? And I said, yeah. Which is a very important thing for me too, also in school communities, that I just believed that it could happen. So that was my first client. And that was a 3K program in 8 weeks. And I just knew that somehow I would help him and it would work out. And it did. And he had some amazing breakthroughs and started my coaching journey. I began to do speakings. I began to do seminars. And I started coaching business owners because my own company grew. So I thought I could help them. And that worked out pretty well too. So I did seminars and I invited them to coach with me. I had a contract on becoming a world famous name on stages in my hand with some of the biggest name in the world in one hand. And on the other hand, at that point, I became a single dad. And I promised myself that when you said about dads, Sean, I promised myself that would be my priority number one. So I said, let's go to the stages. And I said, I'm committed to be with my daughter until she don't need me anymore. That was my decision. Second big decision. Then day after, I got inspired that I had so much knowledge around coaching and doing this. So I was like, can I do this online? I went online. And Sean, like I said, synchronicities, Sam Ovens popped up, the co-founder of Skool.
Oh, yeah.
And I listened to his video sales letter and I was like, that's it. I went in, and I took the program, invested in it, and there was one thing, and that was to sit down and write ads. I took my pen and paper, 10 minutes, I wrote my story, the one I just shared with you. I put it in an ad, and a couple of months later, I did 50K a month solo, helping business owners with their business. And that went pretty well. Some years after, I went into a huge life crisis, number 2, a woman that just destroyed my life full. That cracked me right open, and I went into another mode of silence and really being with myself and figuring out who am I and why did I do all of this. And I've built the coaching business, and I had a feeling inside that there was something wrong because I didn't really connect with the people. It was they saw my video, and I had a call with them, and they signed up, and they went into a group, and I didn't really know them. And as I took those years off, I was like, I'm not going to do coaching again, because I felt I was not aligned with just selling to people, even though I didn't do that. And they paid high ticket to me. I don't remember. It was like 5-6K or something. And I never saw them again. And I didn't feel good about it. This is some years ago. When I came back to myself, and after all the meditation, I was like, what does Sam Ovens do now? Was one of the things that came to me. And I looked him up, and I saw that he was now doing Skool. So I got interested, and I looked it up. And at that time, I don't know what it is today, but at that time, it was very much about organic growth, and it was very much about connecting with people, community, and things like that. And I was like, wow, this is what I'm missing. This is exactly what went wrong in that funnel, where it was only about the money and not about the heart. So I followed, and I looked, and I was just like a lurker. I think they call it in school, right? A lurker. I was just there, but not doing anything.
Lurker, yep.
Lurker, yeah. And I was passive. I was just watching, and I was like, I'm not in this party, and I'm not sure I belong in here. And I felt a little awkward, and maybe some of your audience here can relate to that. So we like standing on the outside and people having fun, but I can't really relate to this, or should I dip my toe in it, or should I? And I was like, nah, I'm gonna lurk a little bit more here. So I did that for some time. Stop me if I'm speaking too much, Sean, but I did that for some time, and then I started a school community for business owners in my country. And I was like, I'm not aligned with this. So I started it, and I stopped it. And then I heard you said crypto. I have a Danish channel where I speak about crypto. So I started a school community for crypto people, and I wasn't aligned with it either. Then some magic happened again. So I kind of decided, let me not just stand on the outside of that party.
And get inside.
Get in on the dance floor, Michael, I said to myself. So I started doing a little commenting, and then after a month or something, I was like, okay, let me make a post in here. And I was like, wow, I'm in the party now. It's cool. People are so energetic, and they're so positive, and they want to connect and engage. All those things that I missed from my one person 50K a month funnel. And just went on. So I kind of even got a little bit addicted to it. So I was really I just wanted to get the inspiration of the school communities and engage with people. And then I just followed my own. I tried the business and the strategies. I tried full on the doing meditation and like that. So I was like, let me see what is manifestation. Again, Sean, I had no plan. I just started speaking about it. I connected with people. I started my own community around it. And I don't know, it's 9-10 months ago or something, and now I'm here with you. That was the long but quick story of the long story.
No, I like what you just did there. I've had a couple episodes with some guests, and sometimes they're very short and sweet. It's important that we share our story, and it's important that we go into depth so that we can connect with some of the people in the audience. We don't need to work with everybody. We want to work with select people in our niche. And I appreciate hearing about your daughter. And I know I was like, oh, and I thought in my calendar it was like, we're going to start at noon my time. And I'm like, oh man, I got to push it a little bit. And you're like, nope, I'm with my daughter. I have to do it at 12 at our normal time, which was fine with me because it was earlier than I thought it was. But I'm like, that's good. There's always should be, when we have kids, when I became a dad, and I have 4 kids, I have a 19, 7, 5, and 3. And it changed me. It lights a fire in me. I grew up. You got to take care of another human being. And I hear a lot of my friends that were fathers, and they're always working. They're making all kinds of money, but they're never around. The money doesn't mean shit to your kids if you are not around and you're not mentoring them. You're not, in the moment with them. And I appreciate hearing that. And how has being a dad changed you? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's first of all, I really connect with what you're saying, Sean, and resonate with it. And I do believe for anyone listening to this, that being a dad is something, like you said, it's very special. And for me, the journey was not that easy because I got divorced and we had to figure out how to do it, and it ended like it did. So I was with her the most of the time, and my commitment. And I would say that I was very unconscious in the beginning. I wasn't really aware how big the responsibility of connecting and taking time with and being aware with and just being there, how important that was. So as I grew on my own journey with all, I've had a lot of coaches and mentors on my journey, and I travel around the world and things like that. But the more that I became aware and conscious and began to understand myself, the more I could connect with my daughter heart to heart and as a human. And it has been amazing to just see her growing and see how she has stepped into such a beautiful being. And you probably know what I speak about, Sean, but this is deep. It's something that you cannot read about it in a book. You can watch a movie, yes, but you have, well, it's when you are in it and you'll know.
Yeah, it's this very special, like you said, responsibility. And your kids don't really, everyone's like, oh, I have to buy them all these toys. I have to buy them all these gadgets, all this technology. In reality, kids don't want that. They want you to be around, put your phone down, be with them, roll around with them, wrestle with them, throw them around. My kids, when I take them to a hotel for my kids is like the greatest thing. We're going to sleep here? And it's like a change of scenery. And that's what they remember. The memories that you make with your kids are the most important thing, not the gadgets and the gizmos and toys, because the toys can go away. But you connecting with them and having those memories, that's for a lifetime.
I am totally with you on this one. And this is so important. And I do believe we are where we are, all of us. But I do have people in my physical community here that are very, very successful business owners. And they are the perfect example of what not to do and what you just mentioned, because their kids has all the toys you can imagine. It's like big room just full of toys. but the kids are not happy, and it's very visible because I've seen it. And it actually breaks my heart a little bit, because when I come there and I enter there, I just see those kids are longing for human connection. And yes, the dad is busy and with the phone, and even when I'm there and still with the phone, trying to manage the business and all that on the side, but there's not this connection. It's a great man, but it's so powerful. It's so important, like you say, Sean. It's not worth any money you cannot put a price on how important it is for the kids, like you say, just being with them.
And just with your kids, if you're a school owner, you should treat it like a kid. It's your baby. You want to show up every day and ask questions, engage. Like Michael was saying, comment, not just like, oh, thanks, or, oh, I agree. Go into like a little meaningful couple sentences that you poured your heart into. People inside would be like, wow, this person's really wants me around, wants to really get to know me. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about having relationships. And that's what we got away with COVID and the computer. Everyone's typing away instead of doing what we're doing right now. You're in Denmark and I'm in New Jersey in the US, and you can have a conversation, build relationships across the globe. That's what I love it. As far as inside a school community, there's so much you can do today with a very, very inexpensive cost of barrier to entry. Like you can, brick and mortar is going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is $99 a month. Are you serious? Like, and you can earn money, recurring income. People are like, oh, wow, that's got to be a Ponzi scheme. No, it's you pouring into your teaching, your educating, and getting everyone to kind of duplicate. And the ones that get it, who are an affiliate for different schools, they can make serious money without even just sharing their experiences like Michael did early on. Share, have your link, people join, you get paid. And it's like, wait a minute, you can do that? Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is. And I one of the things for me, and that's kind of my path. So, and I think, did you mention, or did another guy mention this to me about people who comes to school, but then they quit?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think there's probably a lot of reasons to that. Like I did myself, didn't really get into it, but I was just on a call with a guy from school, just an hour, maybe 2 hours ago now, today. And he actually he had made a comment on a post. I saw that comment and I was like, I can help this guy because I relate to that. So I wasn't trying, and to your point here, Sean, I wasn't trying to make a sale. I wasn't trying to coach him or anything. I just wrote, I resonate with your story here because I went through that. And he asked, what did you do? And I told him a couple of things. And I just felt so good. I had seen him before, that there was a great energy. And I said, yo, not as a DM. I actually, because I'm not that much into DMs. I just said it in the comments. Hey, what about jumping on a call? And he was like, yes. So we just had a call, and it went for an hour, and there was no purpose of this call. There was no. I didn't want to sell him anything. He didn't want to sell me. We just connected like you and I do now, Sean. And I felt so great after the call. And he said the same thing. And that for me is one of the big beauties of school. And by the end of the call, because he asked me he shared his story, I shared mine. And he said, you know what, Michael? My dad, he has been very successful with brick and mortar. He is in school now. I would love for you to connect with him because what he's missing, what he needs is exactly what you shared with me. I didn't know this would show up like you and I connected. So this is so beautiful in school. If we just, from my perspective, if we just, like you say, we go in there, we share, we really want other people the best, not just thank you or these things, but when we see someone and it connects, it's amazing. And we never know the beauty, what comes out of this. So yeah, did that make sense?
It's so true. And you can every day, just if you're a school owner, hang out in schoolers and you'll see people commenting, posting. Don't be self-serving. Don't go into the self-promoting mode. You want to make sure you're being authentic and real and giving good advice. And people are going to go and reach out to you in the direct message. I always use, my thing is commenting, go in a direct message, go to a call like this on a video call. And I always tell people, take a screenshot of the call, because then I do a post. It's content. Hey, I just met Michael. We just had an amazing connection call. You should connect with them. What does that do? You're putting someone else first. You're putting them out into your ecosystem. Be like, look, and I tell people all the time, if I put people on blast, you have to meet them. So that opens the door for people to just connect with that person, have a direct message, and keep the flow going. And everyone's growing together. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and also like you're saying, Sean, I think this, one of the big things for me, because I came from business world before, which I shared, was a lot about selling. It was a lot about always selling, and my cleaning business could only grow that fast because I was getting better and better at selling. What I missed, like I mentioned, was what I see in school now. And I know that there are a lot of people who try to sell all the time. But we can avoid that if that's not our game. I believe in what you're saying now. I believe in the power of just showing up and come from a space of really just want to connect and do other people good, and not think too much about what the outcome will be. Because my experience, when I think too much about the outcome, it's kind of like the outcome will not show up. When I'm in here and I just connect like we're doing, and we don't think too much, we just share and ping pong, then there's some energy from here this is my picture. This is just expanding, and we'll never know what that will, and that doesn't matter.
Right. You go into the call or your connection to find out their story, pain points. Maybe you can help them with what your product and service is. Maybe in my case, I love recommending someone else. That's what I've built my insurance business. Like, you can talk to me about insurance. I don't really care about that. But if I can help you you need a refinance on your mortgage, I got a guy. You want to sell your house, I got a guy. You need someone who does dumpsters, I got a guy. So I'm that person. I like to really help. And the more I help, if I could help the mortgage guy, the realtor, and that dumpster guy, who's going to help me when it comes around? Those are 3 other people that are going to send people to me because I help them with their business too. Just a different mindset that people have to understand.
Yeah, and it's so, with school, coming back to that, it's so amazing because, as you say now, you can refer this guy to that guy. My image when we are in school is that if we don't want to post, but just we want to comment, when we comment again from here, because we really just show up and it feels right, we never know who sees that comment. We never know who benefit from it. They might be lurkers like I was. They might not comment or like or anything at all. Doesn't matter. And for me, my community is we are 69 people now, and I have not sent one invitation out there, not one. And it's been kind of where I am. I shared the story, so I know I could have grown it faster if I was asking people to join. But why I'm saying this is, those people came because something I shared, something I said, and they came because they connected with it. And for me, where I am, that's much more powerful than if I'm selling someone something and I get them by some kind of script into my thing and they don't really know why they went there. That's my journey.
That, man, and I always tell people, man, the episodes go like this, but I know the value that this is not the only time you're going to see Michael here. You're going to see him back again. We have so much more things to, get involved in and dive deeper. And I want to thank Michael for being with us. For being with us today, dropping those golden nuggets. And I want to remind everyone, have a connection call with Michael. Go to the description, follow him on all the socials, go to his group, join it, and also have that call, because I know you're going to get the energy that you're getting from our episode as well, and we can all grow together. Michael, I want you to stick around for one moment. Everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.